In this video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing and first impressions of this product here, which is a set of oracle cards. These ones in particular are called a Yogic Path by Sahara Rose. This is my very first set of oracle cards. I looked at a lot of options before finally coming back to this one. It has a lot of different features that I was a huge fan of. So I'll go through those as I do the unboxing. Comes in a really nice, sturdy box, and it is fully cellophane wrapped. So I'm just going to take off the cellophane, and then I'm going to slide the box out of the protective sleeve. So the sleeve does have a little bit of information on it. It has the name of the product, of course. This is an Oracle card deck and guidebook by Sahara Rose, illustrations by Danielle Noel. On the back is some information similar to what you would typically find on the back of a book, just describing the deck, a few of the card illustrations, and the author and illustrator bios. The list price for this is $45 in Canada, and I did purchase it from Amazon, so I think there was a slight discount. Paid probably around $40 in total with taxes included. Once you take off the sleeve, you've got this really beautiful white box, very clean with this, I guess it would be like a rose gold or gold embossing on the box. We've got 3 sides with nothing on them. This side kind of functions like the spine of a book with the title of the product on it. And then on the back of the box, we've got this beautiful, again, rose gold or gold design. There is a magnetic closure on this box, so you would open it like so. You can hear the magnetic closure. And it opens right up to reveal the guidebook. There's a little ribbon on the side that's very handy to help you take out the guidebook, so I'll just go ahead and do that now. The guidebook is one of the reasons I bought this set. The guidebook is big, as you can see, and it is also full color. It has an entire color depiction of the card itself, along with the name of the card and the upright and reverse meanings for the card. That was the other reason that I chose this deck. When I use my tarot deck, I do look at the reverse meanings of the cards, so that was something I wanted to carry over into my oracle deck, even though that's not a common feature of oracle decks. The guidebook includes 2 different tables of contents, which I find is really useful. The first table of contents groups the cards into their respective categories. So the categories are spirituality, Ayurveda, chakras, yoga, and deities. And then the second table of contents has all of the cards in alphabetical order. I really like that feature. There's an introduction, which I will of course read later. There's a couple pages on understanding the deck and asking a question, working with the cards, and then we dive into the meaning for each card. So this is a really, really lovely guidebook. At the back, we've got a little blurb about the author and also about the artist, along with model credits, and we'll get into those a little later. If for whatever reason I didn't want to pick a card from the deck, I could just open the guidebook to a random page and perhaps have a little bit of guidance for my day. Once you take out the guidebook, you've got this remaining, and I should mention that there is a little wish for you on this part of the box. It says, "May these cards bridge you to your highest self," and it is in that same metallic embossing that is really beautiful. If I continue to pull on this blue ribbon, the card deck starts to come out, and then there's another lovely design on the bottom here. This is a beautiful, beautiful set. I did watch a few YouTube videos before I made my decision to purchase this set, and I always find YouTube videos incredibly helpful before I make a purchase, so I wanted to add to the dialogue with my own thoughts on this deck. So here is the card deck itself. Really beautiful box once again. Mandala on the back. We've got some little cutouts so we can remove the top of the box easily. Just gonna take that part off. Oh, so pretty. And then we've got the cards themselves with another blue ribbon. So let's pull out the cards. On the bottom of the box, it has that same message, may these cards bridge you to your highest self. I do listen to Sahara Rose's Highest Self podcast. I'm not an avid listener. I don't listen to every single episode, but I have listened to a number of episodes that have really helped me. They've been very insightful and enlightening. So I'm a big fan of Sahara Rose. All right, so here are the cards. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. These cards are rather large, but they feel great in the hand. They don't fan out like super easily, but they're not sticky. They're very thick, nice cardstock. I'm gonna show you the size difference between one of these oracle cards, the RWS tarot cards. So as you can see, they're quite a bit smaller. I mean, they don't look a whole lot smaller on camera, but when you hold them in your hands, you can definitely tell that the tarot cards are smaller. And then a standard playing card, which is tiny compared to the other two. I just noticed that the oracle card is exactly the same size as two regular playing cards side by side. I would consider the style of the artwork on these cards similar to mixed media. It's a combination of illustration and photography in a beautiful color palette. These cards are really stunning in real life. A muted color palette. These are matte cards, but there's just like a very beautiful complementary palette of colors. I'm not going to go through the cards one by one. There are a lot of YouTube videos out there that do that in case you want to see all the cards before you buy, and I'm not even gonna flip through them myself to look at all of them. I'll just trust that the cards that I need to see will come out when I pull them. The use of photography I find is really interesting, and that brings me back to the guidebook, where the back of the book has the model list, because there are actual live models that posed for some of the images in these cards. I love photography, so that was actually quite a huge draw for me. These cards currently are arranged in alphabetical order, so I'm gonna go ahead and start shuffling them, and I'm gonna pull a card for us today. The way I plan to shuffle the oracle cards is going to be very similar to how I shuffle my tarot cards. I basically just do a shuffle like this. So like a very traditional shuffle. I also like to do this sort of thing. And I really also love, maybe I'll do it here so you can see, I love just spreading them out and moving them around. This is one way I really love to shuffle my deck. It feels very organic. I don't know what the word is. Oh, these cards are stunning. They are very thick. Sometimes I think there are two cards stuck together, but it's just the one card. And the back of the card is beautiful as well. I don't really love to bend my tarot cards, and I expect I won't want to bend these, so I don't plan to do any of that bridge shuffling. I have many different methods of picking cards. I think today I'm just gonna fan them out and see which one calls to me. Here we have all 54 cards, and I'm just running my hand over them to see where the energy lies. Okay, this one seems to want to come out. Let's try this one here. Oh. So I pulled this card, which is Kali in reverse. I don't know anything about this deity. I think this is a deity, but there are snakes on the card. It looks like the deity's tongue is sticking out. There are a lot of heads that remind me of Medusa, and there's an interesting image at the bottom of the card here, which is at the top for me, of another goddess or deity with a snake coming out of its mouth. I tend to pull a lot of cards in reverse, especially lately, so maybe I've got some blocked energy or something like that, some internal stuff I need to work on. Before we look at the guidebook though, this brings me to the other reason I was really drawn to this deck, was because I don't know anything about any of these deities. I know a little bit about Ayurveda, but not very much at all. So I thought these cards would be a great opportunity for me to learn a little bit, as well as use them as oracle cards. I know I'm going to read the description in the book, and then I will probably look up this name Kali on the internet to see if I'm even pronouncing it correctly, and any other information I can glean from online sources. So I really love the learning aspect. I love that these cards are hard to decipher. I wasn't as drawn to cards that were that had like a very clear message on them. I really liked that this was a little bit opaque to me. So Kali is indeed in the deities section, and I can find this card description on page 99. All right, so far so good. Okay, Kali is the goddess of destruction, dissolution, and ecstasy. In reverse, look in the mirror. What is it that you are afraid to see? We all have parts of us that are less than perfect, but they can only be brought into the light through acknowledgement. Recognize those shadows, why they came to be, the purpose they once had, and how they are no longer needed. Write down the limiting beliefs you are holding onto that are preventing you from reaching your higher self and burn them into flames. Shake your body, scream, clear your house, let go of stale relationships, practice self-pleasure. Free the parts of you that have been suppressed and step into your wild nature to experience Kali's enlightenment. Oh, that is actually very powerful. I'm liking this card, and I've been doing a lot of self-reflection lately because of the book that I'm working on, but I think I need to dig a little deeper. So this card is coming at a very opportune time. There's also a mantra. This one is rather long, and I don't know how to pronounce many of these words, so I will just show you in the video. But this is going to be an interesting deck, I think. It's going to be a lot of fun to dive into all of this juiciness that I don't know anything about. I plan to pull one of these oracle cards at least every 2 weeks with my moon planning session, but I may want to pull them more frequently. I'm not sure if I'll do a weekly pull or maybe a daily pull, or just whenever I feel like I need some guidance. Overall, I think these cards are going to be a great addition to my spirituality practice. I'm not too sure what you would call it. I'm still finding my way with that, finding what works for me, but I am very, very happy with this set. If you are looking for an oracle deck, I'd highly recommend you check out this one. I am very pleased, and it is exceeding my expectations, even though I did know what to expect because I watched so many videos on this product. That is going to be it for this video. I hope the card that I pulled maybe resonated with you as well. I am going to do a little self-reflection in the next day or two, so if you feel inclined to join me, we can kind of do that together but separately. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, please take care, and bye for now.